If you've been following the channel, all of you know that I'm a huge advocate for the shoulder holster system. I just love it. It's my premier way of carrying. And there's hundreds of you out there who have recently obtained a shoulder holster. And in this video, I want to show you different ways that I carry my shoulder holster system and what you can expect once you receive one. We're also going to compare a custom shoulder holster system to a production holster system so you understand what to expect once you receive the custom versus production. I think you'll get something out of this video. I'm also going to show you some really cool skins like ostrich skin and some really cool methods to get holsters for guns like this happens to be an HK USP compact fitted with a light and laser. You know, there's no mold for a holster for this, so you have to have it made custom, and I'll show you how we do that. So welcome to weaponseducation.com. I'm going to stand up here in a moment and show you the different ways that I carry the shoulder holsters and what you can expect. Thank you. Let's start out the video with comparing a custom shoulder rig to a production shoulder rig. Both excellent quality, but you'll see the difference right here. For instance, Galco, great company, very fond of Galco, and this is what you get when you get a shoulder holster from Galco. It comes in a nice packaging like this, and then you have to assemble it, okay? And you'll get pieces within that package I just showed you like this, and you get a bag of screws, okay, like these screws here, and they're about half the size of custom. And then you get your different parts and you put your kind of like a puzzle together. Now let me show you the difference here in leather. They're both the same price, by the way. Okay, this is the top, which is, Tanny, please zoom in on this. This is where the bulk of the weight's going to go of your gun and your magazines behind your neck. I'll stand up here in a moment and display it. So it's nice that when you have custom, and as you know, I have Armory Express Outlet, a whole new revamped section on that store with these custom holsters. But this section here, you want to be thick leather. And with a production holster, as you can see, you're going to get plastic at approximately 1/3 the size, which over time will crack. And that's the back of it to show you the difference in the size. Now, as far as the gauge of the leather, when you get custom, take a look here. This is custom in my right hand, and then this is production right here. You can see the difference in width. It's night and day. Not only is this over an inch, but the gauge of the leather, if you can zoom in real close, Tammy, on that, it's about twice the gauge. So we're talking really thick stuff with custom. On the store, Armory Express Outlet, I put a whole new section in there on how these are built. And one of the main questions I get, people go to the store, you can take a look up please, people go to the store and they say, Tom, well, how do you know what kind of gun I have, or my height, my weight, do you know if I'm righty, if I'm lefty? The answer is these are custom to the truest sense of the word, meaning that you place your order and then what we do is we call you and we ask you, Mr. Customer, what type of gun do you have? You know, no matter what it is. You know, a Desert Eagle. I'll show you. I carry this Desert Eagle just to show you that we can make anything you want. Maybe it's something like this, like I said, with the light and laser, and you want a paddle holster. Maybe you want it made out of an exotic skin, like ostrich skin. There's no mold for this, so we call you and you tell us what it is, and then we make it fit perfect. So, as far as the shoulder holster, that's what we do. You place your order, we call you, we ask you what type of gun you have, righty, lefty, height, weight, all your dimensions, the gun, the accessories to the gun, and then it's made custom for you, and it takes approximately 6 to 8 weeks to get, but it's really worth the wait because it's something you'll have for a lifetime. Now that you know the difference in production and custom, this is a Galco or a production holster fully assembled, and this is in my left hand here a custom. It's definitely twice the weight. It's the real deal. This is thick, heavy leather. And even the section where the gun goes in with a production holster, it's just really thin. It's just the way it is. Okay, and the same price. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'd like to stand up and show you what I do, because a lot of people, they get the package and they're like, well, you know, how do I carry it? How do I hook it to my belt? How do I do this, that, and the other? First thing we want to do is start out with a good belt. A lot of people don't talk about the belt as being the backbone of your carry system. And I want to bring it to your attention that I really believe it is. Just think of it, you know, you're carrying a 1911 or whatever type of gun, whatever type of system you have, you want a good belt to anchor it to. So, you know, we make them all, including for law enforcement. We just made 600 of these for a whole department out west. You don't need nothing like this, but take a close zoom in on that, Tammy. This is over 2 inches for law enforcement, and we made really nice exotic weave to it, and it buckles up really nice there. But that's for law enforcement. It's important that when you get a good belt, you know the width of your belt. And I'm going to tell you now, generally speaking, you want 1.5 inches, which is like for a pair of Levi's. Don't go any wider than that, because you won't be able to get the belt through your loop. And I recommend 1.5 inches because you want it also to be thick enough and strong enough. And I also recommend that, for instance, if you're a 40-inch waist, go ahead and get yourself a 44 or even a 46-inch belt. There's no extra cost, but there's nothing wrong with having more leather, and it makes it that much more stable. You don't want to be on just the last little hole there. You don't want it to be too tight. So get it a couple sizes bigger. That's my tip for the belt. Let's get to the shoulder holster, and I'm going to show you how the custom shoulder holsters come assembled. Because we spoke to you on the phone, we know exactly your height, your weight, righty, lefty. This happens to be a 1911 shoulder holster. Please take a close zoom in on that, Tammy. Look at the weaving on that. It's really nice. This is all hand stitched, and you can read up on how we do this. And you may want to also take a look at the brass here. That's an option for the screws to really make it look nice. The 3 colors are tan, and then chestnut, and then black, which we'll get to that in a moment. Now let me show you. Now, since this comes assembled, there's no rinky-dinking around. You just take it and you put it on like a pair of suspenders, okay? And that's what I'm going to do now. Now, okay, I'm going to make sure that it's fitted properly and the straps are straight. Very simple. Now, I'm going to actually show you that you want to take your belt off at this position. So in the morning when you're getting ready, what you want to do is take your belt, and please zoom in right here, Tammy. You see this on the inside of the holster? You want your belt to go on the inside, not through the loop here, because it actually gives you a stronger grip to put it on the inside right there. That's a huge tip. Okay, and then you can pull it through. Then you wrap it through your loops. And then when you get to this side, okay, now you've got this loop here, you can button it, and you put your belt through this loop. There you go. Now, when you get the holster, if it's not exactly perfect, if maybe it's 1 inch too high or 1 inch too low, you simply adjust these screws. Once you get it where it's perfect, please put some Loctite, the lightest strength possible, on the screws, because they'll vibrate loose. You don't want that to happen. This is for a 5-inch 1911. Okay, I happen to have a Smith E-Class right here, and it's shorter than 5 inches, but I can put any size 1911 in here I wish. Government model 5-inch or down to a 3-inch. So that one 5-inch 1911 holster covers all sizes of 1911s. Okay, now this is vertical. It's called the bikini, the vertical bikini, up and down. And I always recommend you anchor them to your belt, unless we're looking at a different system here in a moment. But these vertical ones, you want to anchor it so when you pull your gun out, it just comes right out one hand. You don't have to use 2 hands. let's go to a different belt system here, a different shoulder system right now. This is a nice shoulder holster here. This is the chestnut color, and I had this custom made for a Desert Eagle 50 AE. And you simply put it on like suspenders. Before I show you that, let me tell you this. When you're done with your shoulder holster for the night, don't throw it on a shelf because it's going to get tangled up. The screws are going to spin and things like that. Hang it up just like that. What I do is I open up a cabinet door and I hang it like that. Or hang it however you wish on a hanger in the closet somewhere, but hang it just like that. Don't throw it on a shelf. Okay. So you just put your arms through it, you put it on. Now this is a little bit different than the vertical going up and down. I like this system specifically when I'm sitting in a car. This is not anchored to my belt. And if I'm sitting in the car, it's a big gun, of course. I don't really carry it all that much, but sometimes, maybe I will. But I can. It's the only way I can think of to carry a Desert Eagle and pull it off. Just put my shirt over it and you're good to go. And if you're sitting in the car, you can get easy, quick access, and there you go. That's the reasoning for having a horizontal type of holster. I hope you picked up a couple tips on how I carry my shoulder holster. And if you wish, the link is below, Armory Express Outlet. I just revamped the whole site. And for the audience, for us, my friends, the 10% discount code is weaponsed, all one word. There you go. Check it out. Thank you so much, my friends. Bye-bye.